Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
It's Deb and Matt, and we are here for a very exciting live stream tonight, our first for 2025.
Yeah, so we're embarking on some amazing things coming up. So we thought it was best to jump in and talk to you guys about it.
We did indeed, Deb. But first, before we do, let's jump in quickly. There are a number of people already in the comments. So if you are watching live, jump in now, comment in the live chat. And if you've got any questions during the live stream, drop them in there. We will try to get to them. But g'day to Joe. And who else have we got? Our friends, the Cruise Crazed fam. Hi, Amy.
And Alison, you are very prominent on our channel, and we do thank you so much for your feedback. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah. Who else we got? The Beepser.
Hi, Beepser.
How are you? Going on the Easter comedy cruise. Very cool. And
our friends Rob and Al.
Our good friends Rob and Ali from Rob and Ali Cruise and Travel. We've got Noni in the house. Hello, Noni. Somebody that we've met previously when we've been out cruising. We've got
Ness, you're another one that comments regularly, so we appreciate your interactions as well.
Yeah, thank you for watching and supporting us. Who have we got?
Casey and Tolson.
Casey and Tolson, hello. Watching from New Zealand. We've also got, Jason, here we go. Another one from New Zealand. Jason, hello.
Kia ora.
Yes. So how's the volume? Let us know in the comments. Hi, Rowan, as well, from Noni.
Hey, Rowan and Noni. We met you guys.
Circular Quay.
In Sydney.
We did when we were getting off the Trans-Pacific cruise.
Yeah, that's correct.
Like it was, what was that? That was
October. It was 1st of November we actually landed in. So
yeah, it was. Look, we have a lot to get through tonight. We know you've got lots and lots of questions about the 10 cruises in 10 weeks, and we do want to try and answer them all.
Feeling exhausted already. Even talking about it.
I know, right? Balancing that with full-time jobs is
four children.
4 children, more than full-time jobs. I was going to say though.
Yeah, correct.
And obviously, my mum, your dad live with us, so looking after all of them as well.
But first of all, we want to tell you that, and you may have probably already seen it, but we reached the 1,000 subscribers this week.
So high five to all of you. Thank you.
Us.
And that's
thank you so much for your support. It's been amazing to actually get to this. It was a bit of a goal, and it happened a lot quicker than we actually thought it was going to in the end.
Yeah, it did. Look, and this is a hobby, thing we do together.
The whole reason we started it was to spend time together.
Well, it was. If we really rewind, and for those people that are new to the channel or relatively new to the channel, we actually started Deb and Matt Chat. The format and the idea was a little bit different a number of years ago. And right as we were starting it, you were about to embark on a new business adventure, and so the idea was to help you with your public speaking,
correct,
and presentation. And you got very sick, unfortunately. And that what that meant is that really shook me during that time, and nearly lost Deb, and we were really genuinely fearful of that. And
I think that's when we decided that it wasn't necessarily about we've also always got our career journeys, but it was about, how do we create time for us?
Yeah.
Because we both work probably 50, 60 hours a week in our jobs.
Yeah.
So this was something that we could do together and have time instead of coming home and just like whinging about, work or, talking about work all the time. This was something that we could do together. So anyway, that's how we've
and so
this.
with 4 kids, and as I said, 2 of our parents living with us, and our busy jobs. It's for us, getting away for a weekend regularly is something that we do. And yeah, so anyway, that's a bit of history about us. I'm sure you want to get into more than that. Tolson is asking in the comments, how are we feeling today? We are feeling very well, thank you.
Yeah, I've done my 10-hour workday. I think you've done your 10-hour workday probably today. So
no,
that's very normal for us. So no, but I'm feeling energized because this is our absolute love.
Yeah.
While we love our jobs, this is our fun time.
This is our fun time. This is something where we've got a single thing that together we can concentrate on. I'm just looking here. Bernard, thank you for joining the live stream.
Oh, how cool.
You have booked on the Trans-Pacific cruise, Anthem of the Seas in 2026 to Honolulu. So you're going from Sydney to Honolulu. Enjoy
you will
that.
Love it.
We had an absolute blast.
Oh my gosh, it was one of the best cruises that I probably would put it as the best cruise.
Yeah. Ours was 18 nights. I think it's about 17 going the other way. And yeah, so brilliant.
It was so good.
Brilliant
so
cruise.
good.
You will absolutely love that. In this 10 and 10 weeks, there is no Trans-Pacific cruise.
No,
so we've
chosen a different pathway.
We have.
So last year we had our 3-week holiday. So this year we've decided, instead of doing some longer cruises, we've just decided to, it didn't start like this.
No.
We started with a few different shorter cruises that we'd had booked in. Obviously, with the changeover of P&O to Carnival, we wanted to be on one of the last P&Os, but we also wanted to be on the first.
Yep.
We've also been embarking on knowing that there's new ships coming. So Anthem's coming to Australia. That's why we went to Singapore to do Anthem before it gets here. Voyager is coming. So we're on the first Voyager cruise. So
they're later.
Yeah, they're later in the year. Yeah.
Yep.
But the ones in this next 10 in 10 weeks, I actually don't know how it accumulated.
Well, it actually started, and look, before we sort of blending in, this is probably a good point to also acknowledge not just our viewers, but some of the people we've met on the cruises and some of the other cruise content creators and
so many
stuff
great
over
people.
the last 12 months. So, but there are a couple of followers quickly I want to acknowledge. Darren, and Lizelle and Wendy. There's a group of people that have been following our channel since the very beginning. For quite a while. Darren was one of the first people we actually met. When we went on our quantum cruise at Easter last year, and he was on that cruise, and he'd watched the very first videos about cruising we published at Christmas time, and they were terrible. They were terrible. But
they were fantastic.
Yeah, so people like that, but also the content creators. There's a really great group of Australian content creators: Adrian, Amy, Rob, and Ali. We're blessed with all the support and the bouncing around of ideas. The Ducks crew as well, having chats with them. The Down Under cruisers.
It's actually a really supportive network.
Yeah, it is. Backdrop 2000. All that. So, but we've had the opportunity to cruise now with Rob and Ali a number of times. Absolutely love it.
Quite a lot.
Amy from the Cruise Crazed fam, we are on a cruise with her in this 10 and 10 week period. The BG Travelers, and this is probably where where did all this start, this 10 and 10 weeks? So we met these guys on a cruise in the Easter cruise.
Yes.
It was the Easter cruise last year.
Absolutely.
On Quantum of the Seas, and just hit it off with them. And we both ended up just chatting, and we're like, well, look, there's a future cruise. So we booked a cruise on Ovation, which was to Adelaide, from Sydney to Adelaide and Hobart.
That's part of our 10 and 10 weeks.
And that's part of our 10, and that's kind of where it started. And then from there, as you alluded to, obviously the news about P&O broke, with P&O going. So we thought, well, we want to cover that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they had some short cruises that were predominantly it's all just like weekend cruises, 2-nighter or 3-nighter cruises. So yeah, we started with that one, then we kind of bolted on these P&O ones. Rob and I were going to do a boys weekend because there was a Norwegian cruise where you had the opportunity to book for one night, and we were going to get on that. Unfortunately, they cancelled our booking, so
boys trip no more.
Our boys trip got cancelled, unfortunately.
You poor things.
Oh, that's all right. We made up for it with the whiskey class on the New Year's cruise.
Yes, you did indeed.
And we'll do another one at some point. But yeah, so we got to do that, and it kind of just started to build it. And when we looked at it, and with Easter as well, Noah started high school this year, our youngest son. So we wanted to, an opportunity to go away with him. So we got the Easter long weekend in there. And when we kind of looked at it, it kind of just built out.
Yeah.
But we were very fortunate. They were very much just 2 and 3 night type cruises. Quantum of the Seas is leaving Brisbane at the end of this season. It won't be returning.
Sad face.
Very, very sad about that. Face. We are. But it will be leaving. And so we wanted to go on the last cruise, which is from Brisbane down to Sydney. It's just a 2-night cruise as well. And sort of farewell that, because that's the ship that kicked it off for us.
Yeah. So I just, while we're talking, obviously we're gonna keep rambling, but I'll just jump into some comments on here. There was the comment about the Byron Beach Club.
Where are we? Byron Beach Club. Here we go. Oh yeah, yep. So Byron Beach Club, is it good? Look, we like it.
We've done it. I mean, we don't do it every time by any stretch of the imagination. So obviously it's part of your suites as well.
Suites, yeah.
We do find that it is a very quiet place. Like to me, I think we've actually made the comment a few times, like, what a wasted area in a way, because it is quite large and there's such a small portion. In the ones that we've done, there's not a lot of people in there, which is probably great because you enjoy that. But look, it's a private pool because the main pools are extremely busy. So you private pool, then you've got your wait staff in there, you've got your own bar, you've got your own seating area. You don't have to fight for a deck chair, which you'd have to do on the main decks. So look, it is good, 100%. It's just whether or not you choose that is something that you want to do.
Yep. Chris Grace Fam says, you guys have been awesome support too. Can't wait to meet you both. Yes.
And can't wait, Amy.
Can't wait. Looking forward to that. And Amy not long ago also hit the 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations on that. Tolson is asking, is New Caledonia good to go? Look, we were there 6 weeks ago, roughly now, and it was fine. I saw
what's the video that was our Pacific Encounter?
That was the Pacific Encounter.
Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, the back-to-back series that we just did.
So if you jump on, there's a video around the day in Noumea.
Yeah, so you stayed on the ship that day, I actually took Mum and Dad. We did a tour around the island.
Short straw.
Yep. So
So let's talk about leading into this 10 in 10 weeks.
Yep. Let's talk about it.
Obviously we've just discussed about how it's maybe has come around. So our plan is that because it's going to be so full on, I mean, I am nervous on how we're going to do it, but we do get a lot of comments about how do you guys do this with work? How do you afford this? So just so you know that obviously we both have full-time jobs, as we've just said, very high hour jobs. A lot of these are planned around weekends. So we might get on a Friday leaves in the afternoon, and then gets back on the Monday morning. So we can work all day Friday, and then we can work on Monday when we get off. So we do have quite a few of those. We've decided this year, instead of taking a block of holidays and doing 3 or 4 weeks, that we are literally just doing these lots of little weekends. So that's how we kind of can do it. And we work on the ship as well. So both of our jobs need us to be present most days. So yeah, that's pretty much how we have structured these 10 and 10 weeks in particular, is to do them around weekends. We do have a 1 week one, as we've just talked about, going to Hobart and Adelaide.
Yep.
And I think then we've got one in April that is a back-to-back on Princess, which we haven't done before.
Yeah. So then that's a Brisbane to Sydney, and then
Sydney to Brisbane.
and then we're back-to-backing back to Brisbane. So yeah, look, it's one of those. It whilst it seems overwhelming, when we actually look at it, a lot of it we just fluked, kind of in the way it worked, and we were really just last year taking advantage of a lot of the cruise specials that were out there. We were getting sent offers, and so we kept checking in and using those and working out how to use those the best we could to get discounted cruises. A good example of that was, and it's not in this 10 and 10, but we did Carnival Splendor in November, and we got an offer that was like, it was $500 for the 3 nights all up, and that included $300 of onboard credit.
So how did you get that though?
So that was through, and this is a good bit of advice, make sure you are signed up to the cruise line reward programs. That's one of the really important things. I think you can make a lot of money, like save a lot of money by actually getting in and registering with all these cruise programs, and actually keeping an eye on all those specials. And look, it does vary, and it'll vary depending on how much you sail with them. You'll get different specials if you do go into the casino and things like that as well. But that cruise, at that stage, we hadn't actually cruised with Carnival.
Correct.
All of our cruising had really been
P&O and Royal.
P&O and Royal.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Do make sure you're signed up if you're not already. So just jump in and have a look. Ness comments, yes, it's sad that Quantum is leaving Brisbane. Certainly is.
We are so sad about that one.
Ness, you love the Quantum class ships. So do we. We absolutely adore them, particularly now. And a good bit of advice we think is that, we've got Noah, he's 12 years old, and it is, has been.
It's his happy place.
It's his happy place. Those ships with the Seaplex on them. We started cruising with him. He was 10 when we took him on Quantum for the first time for Easter in 2023, and he absolutely loves the place. We don't see him during the day. Like he's just up there doing all the sports and the activities and the bumper cars and everything else.
Absolutely.
So we do have a couple of cruises coming up on Quantum, and we do get to say goodbye to her before she leaves Australia,
which is this weekend. So
we start on her this weekend.
Is our first 10 and 10 weeks.
It is.
So our plan is to touch base with you guys every Wednesday.
Yep.
So we kind of plan that's right through the middle, except we'll just have to figure out when we're on our week one. But we thought then we could talk about what's coming up and what we just did, because I think 10 and 10 weeks is going to be insane. And just so you know, like the videos that we upload, we don't upload them while we're on the ship in particular.
We tried that on the Trans-Pacific cruise, doing
it lasted about 3 days.
No, it was a bit more than that. I got to day 7, but we are trying to spend time together, and what we were finding on that cruise was between doing the work that we had to do, checking in with work every day and everything else, and then I was doing editing, we weren't actually getting a lot of time together.
So it was a big no on what we actually started this for.
Yeah. So we,
So I think YouTube at the moment tells us that we're on our Anthem cruise in Singapore.
Yeah. So at the moment, at the moment, you're watching the Anthem series. The Anthem series will wrap up probably late this week, early next week, and then we'll get into the Quantum. This Quantum weekend that we're doing. We've timed our schedule. We've done our schedule so that we really want to focus for you on what's really big in the next few weeks in the Australian cruise industry, and that is obviously the P&O Carnival changeover. So we will be on the last 90s cruise for P&O, the Pacific Encounter cruise, and we'll go through all that, give you an update.
We still need to sort our costumes.
We do need to sort the costumes out. We'll also be updating on any updates we get on what the changeovers are going to be like. and then we're also on the first Carnival encounter cruise. So once the ship's done the changeover,
so we'll do some
updates and all
lots
that.
of videoing on that cruise in particular to let you guys know what the changes are,
and be bringing that to you as quick as we can, because we know that's relevant, and then we will continue to drop the other videos as time goes on over the next few months. So we're not always on the cruise when you're seeing the videos.
so do we want to just
a couple more questions there?
Go to those.
Casa Tulsa, piano.
Another Aussie blogger. I am so sorry that you had to have
your Noumea cruise cancelled.
I'm assuming that might have been while the civil unrest was going on,
possibly, or could have been the cyclones or
but
weather.
Excited about May.
Yeah, good. May would be a lovely time to be there. In all honesty, 100%. I think the temperatures should be dropped a little bit. Less likely to get weather interruptions from cyclones and things as well. So should be a great time to visit Noumea. Tolson asks, what ships are moving to Carnival? So you've got 2 ships that are in the fleet. You've got Pacific Encounter, which is based in Brisbane, Pacific Adventure, which is based in Sydney, and they're both switching over. Dora the Explorer, that was her nickname, Pacific Explorer, which was nicknamed very lovingly by many cruisers in Australia as Dora, was arrived in Singapore yesterday. So
that was bought externally.
It has been bought by the Resort Worlds group, and that is going to undergo a refit in Singapore and sail under Resort Worlds, and that'll be based throughout Southeast Asia. So it's going to be having some Singapore will be the primary home port, but it'll be rotating around. So it's going to provide some new options. Yeah.
So let's talk about this weekend.
Well,
all right. So what's our first of the 10?
2 nights.
It's literally 2 nights. So it is on Royal Caribbean Quantum of the Seas, and it is Saturday and Sunday night. So again, doesn't impact our work. We literally get off Monday morning, go to work. So as we said, this is what we're trying to do as much as possible to not impact our work. So it's going to be a full-on probably couple of days. I think, trying to get around and film, and like Quantum is one of our favorites. As we've said, like the Quantum class ships are one of our favorites.
Yeah. So
probably our favorite.
Well, Quantum is the original Quantum. It's not even the plussed ones. Look, it's a really interesting one. We've never done a cruise quite this short. Rob and I were going to do a 1-nighter, but this is a 2-nighter. I think these are a great way for people to
the sampler.
Be introduced to cruising. So
see what you think. So Bernard.
Bernard. So what do you think of RCI increasing their prices? Look, all cruise lines are increasing their prices. That's what we're finding. What I think one of the biggest challenges, particularly for the Australian market in the next 12 to 18 months, really is going to be we've got a massive drop in capacity in the Australian cruise market. With Pacific Explorer gone now, that's an entire ship taken out of the market. I think what was she, around about 2,000 passengers, give or take a little bit, and she was here in the Australian market all year round, basically. I mean, she'd do little jaunts over to New Zealand and things, service that market. But I think there's a scarcity issue in the Australian market. And so you're going to see prices continue to sort of increase.
But geez, we've picked up some great deals. Like, I think you just need to keep on top of it. One thing I think I've commented to Matt before. So I think I did my first cruise 20 years ago. And back in those days, it was all about the closer you booked, the better the deal.
Yep.
So things have switched. We're noticing the further out, the better the deal.
Yeah.
In particular. So
and you've had a number of CEOs of cruise lines say, particularly Princess, the CEO last year and president, was saying that book early because there's going to be less discounts as you move forward. And we're seeing that trend. I think you're seeing it with Carnival as well. The prices are starting to go up there. It's interesting to see what like the capacity from what we're hearing has been the uptake's been very good this
Yeah, it's
season,
pretty
even with the increased prices.
Yeah.
Next season in Australia, Royal Caribbean have a smaller ship replacing Quantum. They've got Voyager of the Seas, and so you've got Voyager along with Anthem will be in Sydney, and then you've also got as I said, Pacific Explorer's gone. So yeah, it's going to be a challenging time for people, but I think at the end of the day as well, you've got to keep it in perspective. And like a couple of these cruises that we're doing over the next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, they're sort of in that sort of $600 to $800 range for the weekend for the two of us. And when you put that in context of maybe going to Sydney for a weekend,
Oh,
or up to
100%.
the
Like,
Sunshine Coast for us for the
so
weekend,
much better.
and paying a couple, 150 to 250 a night for a hotel room, then still having to pay for your meals and everything else. I think in context, particularly these shorter cruises, I think there's still a lot of value to be had. So
Absolutely.
do keep an eye out on that.
All right, so just a couple of questions. Like, what do you do on a 2-day cruise? So it pretty much will go out to sea and come back. So it doesn't have any docking ports or anything like that. It's literally 2 days at sea. I mean, we are people that love our sea days. So, we do hear a lot of comments about people saying that, I need to get off. I mean, obviously in 2 days you don't need to, but 2 days for us in particular, like it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard because there's so many things that you want to do in a 2-day cruise.
I think, it's again, these short cruises generally are made for or designed for first time cruisers so that they can get on, they can understand the layout of a ship, they can understand boarding procedures, get a taste of what some of the entertainment's like.
Try and work out the layout of a ship in 2 days. Good luck.
Well, maybe for directionally challenged Deb, but
it's always going to come up. Always going to come up. Yes,
any chance.
I'm directionally challenged. Yes, 100%. Don't ever ask me for directions when you're on a ship.
No, don't.
Just as an FYI.
So what time do we board if we're working on a Friday? Look, that depends. Noni, we will try either to do as early as we can or as late as we can. If when we go to do our check-in, the check-in window is kind of in the middle, we'll generally hold off and wait and keep working and then get on the ship.
Otherwise, we do it the other way.
Otherwise, we do it. We sort of work.
Get on at 12 and then get on board and then work.
And then work again. So, it all depends on what's available at the time in terms of check-ins. Okay, so yes, moving on from that, though, conscious that we're taking lots of questions, but please do keep putting them in the comments section. The next cruise, so we do this, and then the next cruise is with our good friends Rob and Ali from Rob and Ali Cruise and Travel, and a whole bunch of other people that are very excited because we are doing a 90s cruise.
Woot, woot.
It's more
I don't even know what that was, to be honest.
More sort of 70s disco.
So I think at the moment that we're potentially thinking about like that Pulp Fiction, Men in Black. Like we've still got to come up with our costumes.
If you've got ideas on what we can do,
help.
like drop some ideas in the comment.
So we've got to have a 90s icons.
Yep.
We have to have a general 90s. So that might be like your MC Hammer Pants, Running Man. I'm not going to do that on film because I probably can't do that.
You're shaking the table.
And what's the third one? No idea. Anyway, so anything 90s thing, we're absolutely keen to hear your thoughts on that one.
Yes, please, if you've got ideas, drop them in the
we've
comments.
Talked about
I'm looking it up now.
Jurassic Park and having the inflatable T-Rex and stuff like that, but we've literally watched friends of ours do unicorns in inflatable costumes, and it was so hot and uncomfortable, so we might not do those ones.
So here we go, guys. This is how we do it, partying like it's 1999. Spice up your life because Backstreet's back. and then funky fresh with double denim. So if you've got some costume ideas,
double denim we can do.
Double denim's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
But if you've got some ideas, drop them in the comments below. Amy, you're
Please
on it.
do.
Please, like, even just message us privately, Amy, and give us some inspiration. Jump back just quickly. Another question: have we ever done a Christmas cruise with P&O? And if so, how was your experience considering it with the family? So we haven't done a Christmas cruise with P&O. We have done a Christmas cruise. It was with Royal Caribbean, but we did just get off the New Year's cruise with
P&O.
with P&O.
Yeah.
So if I look at both of those experiences combined, Seth, I would highly recommend it. What about you, Deb?
Oh my gosh, either absolutely were fantastic. So the Christmas cruise on Royal, it was our first time away from the family. We did take Noel with us, as much as our families disinterest on that one. But it was fantastic. The food was laid out like, we got our ham and our turkey, and they had Santa come in as well. He arrived on the ship. But then we've also done the New Year's cruise, and all the decorations are still up from Christmas right through to the New Year cruise as well. So it's just beautifully decorated as well. Look, I think from what we've seen from the P&O people doing Christmas, they loved it.
Yep.
So I don't think there's any bad feedback on those. I think you could do any of them, and they take care of you really well.
That's true. Amy has some ideas for me. I could do Priscilla.
Priscilla, you do.
I don't know if I've got the body for that.
Ooh.
I think I'd be more like one of the Outback characters from Priscilla than I would be Priscilla. But yeah, okay, we'll put that on the list as a consideration. What's the longest cruise we've done on P&O? The longest cruise we've done on P&O was probably this recent one.
9 nights.
11 nights.
That was a back-to-back.
Well, we did the back-to-back. So we were back-to-back for 11 nights over New Year's.
Yes, correct. I think, and then the longest cruise we've done in general is the Royal Caribbean Trans-Pacific, 18 nights.
Yep.
But yeah, no, the back-to-back was fantastic. Like, we didn't get sick of it. Could have stayed on.
We certainly could have stayed on. We really enjoyed that. Robin Alley say, wasn't Priscilla the bus? Maybe. No, I don't know.
Wasn't Guy Pearce?
No, Guy Pearce wasn't. No, I thought they were looking for Priscilla. Anyway, I have no idea.
It's been a while since I watched that one.
Maybe that's a way I could get away with it, though. I could just dress up as a bus. Not actually one of the drag queens, just dress up as the bus. Oh, we're saying we've lost sound. Bernard's saying we've lost sound.
Oh, have we?
Have we lost sound? Let's just give it a minute to see if it catches up.
Does anyone else notice that?
Just comment below if you can still hear us. Did I break something? No, I can hear it. Yay, we're back. Excellent.
Hello.
Excellent. Okay, good. Thank you. That's cruise. Cruise 1 is Quantum this weekend. Cruise 2 is the 90s. Cruise 3 is a special little weekend away for Noah.
Yes, so as Noah's graduation present for last year, we invited him on a 3-night cruise with us. So that was just a little thing in the middle. Okay, we're going through the 10. May as well.
Yeah, so we've got that. And then the following weekend is our week-long cruise.
We've got our from Sydney. We're flying down there and doing Hobart and Adelaide. And then the weekend after that is our first carnival encounter cruise. Yes. So it's the first changeover of that.
Oh, yes, it is.
Hang on.
It is.
I've got my handy dandy sheet here.
So Deb has a spreadsheet. Deb has spreadsheets.
I have so many spreadsheets.
She tracks all of this for us, so it's very, very handy.
And we literally have on our walls like a whiteboard that tells our whole family where we are at all times.
Yeah, there is a video on that. Go and have a look. We've got a video that we put up last year, and it is it shows how we basically created a cruise planner by taking over 2 walls of a hallway in our house.
Yeah,
You
100%.
were very proud of that.
I was indeed. So yeah, then after that, we actually do a back-to-back quantum. And I think that is almost the end of quantum is in April, beginning of April. So we do the back-to-back.
Yep.
And then we're actually going to try Princess. So we haven't ever done Princess, and we're very keen because so many people put in the comments about Princess is for old people. But we've got friends who keep saying, no, it's not. So we're embarking on it to try it. That's one that Amy is actually going to be on with us.
Mm-hmm.
So for Amy, who is a super rock star at dancing, we'll take you on the journey with her on that one. So we're going to trial Princess, and then we're going to do the Easter cruise on the Carnival Encounter.
You forgot there's the quantum in there.
No, doing back-to-back quantum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I already said that.
You said that.
He's focusing. He's
Focused.
listening.
Sorry.
100%.
I was saying hi to Sean.
And I think that is the end of
That's the end of the 10 weeks.
So as you can see, got a lot going on. I'm very nervous because you think obviously we've got to pack, unpack, work, family. It's going to be interesting. So any encouragement that you can give us over this time, I am 100% on board with. Do you want to just jump in? We haven't actually mentioned any comments for a little while. So do you want to jump in if there's any comments?
Our good mate Sean from the Down Under Cruises, and if you're not familiar with the Down Under Cruises, guys, do make sure you check out their channel and their Helping Hands for Cruising charity that they're working with, trying to help people with disabilities get onto cruises.
100%, that's great.
Have a look at that. He does say here, though, that Amy is not a superstar at dancing. She is the dancing queen. Now, if you do follow the Cruise Crazed fam, like I do, you will be flooded
hey,
with...
Hey. On the last few cruises, I have got my groove out. You've got your groove out.
I'm grooving.
Amy, I'm coming for you.
Uh-oh.
But in the last cruise that we did, there's
dance off.
Yeah, let's do a dance off. Let's do that.
No. Sweetheart, we're not as young as we used to be.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a good clip. There's a good clip of even Rob and I having a good boogie on that New Year's cruise.
That's what I mean. You guys were filming Ali and I, but then we turned the cameras on you guys, and you got into it. So we've got this. Yeah, bring it on, Deb. Okay, Amy, we've got this.
She's yep. The challenges, the gauntlets are thrown. The gauntlets are thrown.
100%, we got this. Hi, Charlie. You just got off Quantum. I am really interested. So, where did you actually go?
Yeah, I think that would have been the one that's just actually, hang on, just got off Quantum. Quantum's doing a South Pacific at the moment. Quantum is doing...
Charlie can tell us.
Charlie could tell us where they went. The Quantum today, or on the current cruise, has had to have 3 diversions to Noumea for Medivacs.
Oh, actually, I've got a friend who's currently on Quantum and has been updating daily. And she was mentioning that there's been a bunch of Medivacs on board, unfortunately.
Three diversions to Noumea for Medivacs. So yeah, a number of missed opportunities. Okay. Yeah. Sean Down Under Cruises says that we will change the demographic of a Princess cruise. Look,
we'll see.
As Deb was saying, like, we've got a mate, he's not long 30, and he and his 20-something partner absolutely love it.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely love Princess. Robin.
Anyway, we'll bring it. Otherwise,
can't wait to party with you both and Rob and Ellie in 9 days' time. Looking forward to it, Robin. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Yes. So if you've, I hope you've got your costume sorted.
Yeah, tell us what you've got so we can copy.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, questions. Have you got any more questions for us?
And like leading into these next 10 weeks. As I said, we're going to do this every Wednesday. So if there's questions you've got about a ship before we get on it, let us know. So then we can actually go and investigate those things before we get on. It's going to be full on.
It's going to be a big, and as we said, yeah, we're doing this whilst we're still working full time, whilst we're doing all of our, family duties and everything else as well. We're lucky. Our parents, whilst we provide a lot of care for them, they also provide us with a certain level of assistance, particularly with Noah.
When we say we've got 4 children, we do have 4 children that are above the age of 20. We only have Noah who is under that. So we're very lucky that we have such a supportive crew around us in doing that. All right. So what's some new questions coming through,
got a
Matt?
Mighty Ducks happening here. Yes, we do, Robin. Very cool. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. Yes,
I remember that. Wow.
Very cool. And
yeah, I mean, Amy, you said you can lend us your outfits, but
yeah, Amy, you're heading off this weekend, I think, aren't you? Your cruise this weekend.
The Adventure.
Yeah, on
is
Adventure.
doing the 90s cruise. I think it is right.
Yep. And then Tulsa was just saying, when's the next cruise for Robin Alley? That's the 90s cruise. What do we got? We got Princess is the high end of Carnival and you'll have fun. Yes, we're pretty sure we will. 90s ideas, Baywatch. Oh gosh, nobody needs to see me dressed.
You tried to get me. You like, oh, look at these outfits, baby. You should wear one of these outfits. I'm like, have you seen? No. No one needs to see that.
Power Rangers has been discussed. Now, I have a question about the fluoro parachute tracksuits.
We have those.
When we see now, this is the thing. For me, they're an 80s thing. They're an absolute 80s thing.
We wore them on the 80s cruise, so we have those outfits.
Yeah, and yet when I've been doing some Googling lately, they've been coming up. Comment in the video. What do you think? Are they? I'm going to get to that comment in a minute, Rob. Are they an 80s thing or a 90s thing? I want to know.
I don't remember wearing that in the 90s.
No, I don't either.
Oh dear Lord,
all right,
Rob,
mate. If you're in, I'm in. All right.
What are you gonna wear? The shorts, or are you gonna wear like the women's one?
I don't know. I could chest up and out and do a bit of a Pamela. No, I could. I don't know. Now that could be an interesting one.
Oh dear Lord, Rob, everyone watch for that one.
Rob, we will talk about that offline and when we're editing and keeping each other company later on in the evening. Let's go.
Well, happy birthday! I think I don't know whether it's Casey or Tolson, but your birthday's coming up soon, so happy birthday whenever that is.
Yeah. 90s was more triangles and other patterns. Yep, that's what I thought.
I just remember 90s and being like the I remember going to some weddings and it was also just like the straight dress with the ruffled layers things. Yeah. And it was the denim. I do remember.
But you got to remember, denim. Like I think the 90s went from like the denim being used to tone down the fluoro. This is my recollection, right? And it kind of went into the grunge thing, early 90s, Nirvana, Silverchair, all that sort of stuff.
Wearing to discos all black.
And then you kind of got really mid-90s into your kind of goth.
Yeah.
And then everyone sort of freaked out and went, geez, we've got to brighten this up a bit. So it came back to, schoolgirl outfits with Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys doing, oversized clothes.
Yeah.
That's kind of my memory of the 90s.
It changed so much during the 90s.
Now, yes, possibly not.
I don't think you own any budgie smugglers.
No,
do you?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well, if not out for public.
No, definitely not for public. No, I don't have any. Yeah. Where are we?
Amy, you got ID'd at the last. Well, go you is all I say.
She's younger than us.
Yeah, but not for IDing. Go you.
True.
That's all I say. Well done.
Good job, Amy. Good job. It's probably the last time it will ever happen, so treasure it. You gotta hang on to those moments in life.
Absolutely.
It wasn't that long. It was only last year or last decade.
It's been a long time
It's been a
since
while.
I've been asked for ID.
90s fashion is pretty in right now anyway. Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're finding that. Yeah.
The baggy clothes from places like Uniqlo and oversized shirts and things. That's pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of that. Do a PNG cruise. We went on Luminosa and loved it. Yeah, look, we were hoping to get Luminosa squeezed in this season, and we just couldn't. By the time this kind of 10 and 10 week thing developed, it just didn't happen. But we're looking at some options for next season to get on there. I haven't done PNG. I don't think you've done PNG.
No, I haven't actually.
Mum did PNG last summer.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, absolutely. So we've heard some great things about PNG. We've had a bunch of friends also do that. So, yeah, maybe one day we'll do that one.
Just consider ourselves lucky we didn't have flared denims. No, but we enjoyed the flares when we did the Disco Glam cruise last year. So
I have flared denims now.
Do you? There you go.
Yeah. So I think things have come around in particular.
Yeah, fashion does tend to be a bit circular, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So, look, thanks for all your comments in here. It potentially is going to help us.
Yeah, look, I think as Deb was starting to say, though, questions-wise, if you've got questions, if you've got a video, it's something you'd like us to explore on one of these cruises, for example, this weekend with Quantum, drop it in the comments. We will look at that and see what we can do in terms of filming or exploring or investigating a particular thing on these cruises for you. We'll also be doing these weekly check-ins, so you'll know each week what
happened the week before,
what's coming, and that'll give you the jog so that you can say, hey, yeah, I want to know this about that ship.
And if anyone wants to put their hands up to come and do my washing and packing for me, I'm all for it.
You're well organized.
Yeah, I'm well organized, but it's a slog.
Yes, yeah.
It's an absolute slog.
It is.
So look, we do thank you all for joining us tonight. There is it's a big embarkation on us, and while we may look a little bit fresh tonight, it may peter off. So hopefully it doesn't. Like, we're trying to really make sure that we don't get too bogged down in this.
Yeah, look, we are. We want to be having fun. Mr. Motivating. Yeah, no, it's the joys of cruising. What could I say? Yeah, well, look, this is going to be challenging. I've been working very hard on Deb to try and reduce what we pack. And look, we are getting better. Deb's getting much better.
I'm getting better.
You are. I'm getting better as well. I pack a lot less. You pack a lot less.
But unfortunately, that we do this whole,
do the theme nights and things, right? Comment below. Put a thing in the comments now. I'm going to ask this question. Do you pack more for theme nights than you do for the cruise? Disregard whether it's a 3-night or a 7-night.
100%.
Yeah, because I think for us,
half of our suitcase is
theme nights.
Usually theme night stuff.
Yeah. Whether that's for these themed cruises like the 90s cruise, or whether it's for the glam night or the dress to impress night or the formal night or the Gatsby night or whatever.
I mean, you should have seen this in the 18-night one when it was I think we had 9 theme nights. It was insane. Obviously, you don't have to dress up. It is completely your choice. We try to get involved and do these things, but 100% you don't have to, and you won't be left out if you don't. So it's up to you completely. So you won't be shunned and walking and going, oh, those people didn't dress up.
Yeah.
No, not at all. We just choose to try and have a bit of fun. But it's a lot of packing. So he's trying to get me into a backpack. It's never going to happen.
Working on it.
Never going to happen.
I want to get into one bag travel again. So Amy has one of her outfits has its own suitcase.
Oh, geez, Amy.
Wow.
I am so keen to see that.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Instagram this weekend. Do make sure you jump over and give Amy a follow this weekend when she's having fun on the cruise. Amy, I think you're cruising with Adrian too, so say g'day to him for us.
So Noni, you packed less for your 3-night cruise as you didn't go to any ports. So do you know what I actually find, and I'm interested to hear what you say, because yes, we've done a lot of 3-nighters, but I feel like I pack more for those 3-nighters, especially if it's an 80s and 90s or 70s, whatever it may, a theme cruise. Comedy, not so much. We find that we pack less. These themed ones, we have so many things that we have to pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally it's quite full. So,
Yeah.
but you know, we're not busting our bags like a certain couple we know who had a bit of a epic challenge with bag splits on a recent cruise. won't mention any names now.
Robin Alley.
Wow, I wasn't even going to do that. Royal didn't have a theme for our 3-night cruise. That's interesting. Not even a formal night or a dress to impress night. I think that's what they refer to them as. That's
yeah, I'm intrigued.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like on our, I don't think there's one for ours either. Coming up this weekend.
For our 2-night.
Yeah.
Have you looked?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see one. I'll look again because not all the program had been loaded.
I mean, this is our only 2-night. Everything else is 3.
Yep.
Or above. But yeah, this 2-night, it's going to be interesting.
I know he says, yeah, they did have formal night, but nothing like 90s. No, they often don't on those 3-nighters. They'll usually do like your formal night, and that'll be sort of it. Let people relax, which I don't necessarily complain about. The P&O with their comedy nights, they do their comedy cruises have traditionally done the Gatsby and the Sail Away Party and White Nights usually combined.
So we always say on a cruise ship, their last theme night, go simple. It's the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Like literally whatever it is, if there's a theme night on your last night of your cruise, keep it simple. So because obviously you're going to have to keep that out, pack that for the next morning.
Yep.
So one piece of advice is always that.
Yes.
So I think we did on a Trans-Pacific, it was Halloween was our last night.
Yep.
So I literally kept it as a Red Riding Hood. So I literally had a cape.
You can't, I'm just, Noni's put up here, Rowan forgot his formal wear but bought his shoes. I'm not the only one. See, it's not just me. Like,
oh my God.
I'm just going to high five, Rowan. Thank you, mate. Like, things happen.
I'm going to interrupt here.
You've forgotten things before.
No, I haven't. So Matt has a real good habit of forgetting something.
I'm just going to pause quickly.
Why?
Sorry, I just Tolson, you're going to go to bed, so good night. I know it's a bit later over there in New Zealand. Thanks for joining us tonight. Happy birthday for next week.
Yeah, appreciate you joining.
And thank you. And we might see you in the next one. Hello quickly to Peppa Pig, and
Sorry,
what the heck was that?
Peppa Pig.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, we were sorry, that threw me. Forgetting things. So you want to talk about forgetting things on the cruise?
So Matt has a real habit of forgetting things. He forgets a belt. He's forgot his cufflinks. He's forgot
Noah
shirts.
Forgot his belt. I gave my belt to
Noah. So it's now I forgot. So now I need to buy. So it has been incredible. I think it's almost nearly every cruise for the last 6 that Matt has forgotten something. So he needs to go to the shops and buy it. So, yes, I have a tick and flick.
You do have a tick and flick now.
So, beyond that.
Look, we are going to close out because we have been online for nearly an hour. I do want to get to one last thing here, though, and that is Peppa Pig commented that she recently went on her first cruise in January on Carnival Splendor. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed it. I still have a bit of a nervous twitch about Carnival Splendor myself.
It wasn't our favourite ship.
There was a personality clash between me and Carnival Splendor. I'm happy to admit that.
Personality clash.
We just didn't quite get.
You didn't like the pink donuts.
Oh, Anytime I used to love eating a pink frosted donut. You know, from Donut King, you'd go and get one. Loved them. Can't look at them the same anymore. Amy, I know, you know, from Cruise Craze Fam, I know you love the Pink Lady. I know you love Carnival Splendor, but yes, it's not for me.
But anyway, so
I hope you enjoyed that cruise, though, Peppa Pig.
this is our beginning. 10 in 10 weeks.
Quantum starts this weekend.
this weekend. So that's our first one. We will come back to you on Wednesday of next week, and we'll do a review of what we've just done.
Yep.
And then talk about the following weekend.
Yes, we will. So make sure we will be doing quick little updates along the way. A new name for Amy, the Pink Lady. Yep, we can do that. That's your nickname now, Amy.
Thank you, Peppa Pig, for saying that you love watching. Like, we do appreciate that you join us and that we're delivering something that you enjoy.
Yes, as we said, this is a hobby for us. We do this in our very limited spare time. We do it whilst we're still working as well, full time or extra beyond full time in our two jobs. But we will be providing short little updates as well on our Facebook and Instagram while we are doing this. So if you want to get quick little updates or ask us a question about something on a ship while we're on it, make sure you're following over there as well. We will continue to bring you regular videos. In the next couple of days, you'll see the next video from our Singapore Anthem of the Sea series, which was filmed last month. And that video series will wrap up in a few days' time. And we'll be going from there. We will continue to bring you our cabin tours, our cabin reviews, our embarkation day videos, all those sorts of things.
Anything in between.
But if there are questions, by all means, please ask them in the comments. And don't forget, go and follow us as well on Instagram and Facebook.
And I appreciate all your support. It actually means the world to us.
Guys, we really appreciate it, as Deb said. Thank you very much, and good night.
See you in the next video.
See you next time.